What is going on, everybody? James here from Next Level Gaming, and welcome to my review of NHL 21 for the Xbox One. And right off the bat, I just want to tell you guys the gameplay and the presentation is exactly the same as NHL 20, but that is not a bad thing because NHL 20 played well. If you want to check out my review for NHL 20 and kind of compare it with 21, you can. I'll drop the link in the description for you below. So gameplay, presentation pretty much stayed the same. No kind of new mechanics in terms of player animations, goalie animations, or AI animations, or anything like that with the computer control players. They've stated they've improved the defense, they've improved the goalies, but they've been saying that every year since I can remember, and nothing has changed. And quite frankly, in NHL 21, the goalies are the worst they've ever been. Everything goes in. Cross crease is just insane. How the amount of times the goalie just bites so far. And you can score almost every time. Online games are brutal. It's like 15-14, 19-17. Just crazy how many goals actually go in. And just your AI and your computer control players are just always been horrible. So I don't know if they'll ever be able to actually fix that. But that's okay. That's just the way the game is going. But I hope that one day they actually make it a little bit more simulated and not arcadey for the goalies letting in everything. So hopefully, EA, you're listening, change that up a little bit for us going into next gen, which would be really awesome. And then in terms of presentation, do something like 2K does with NBA, with that awesome presentation before game, during game with how they do the commercials and the breaks and things like that. It'd be really cool to see, my players standing there at the blue line while Canada's playing when I'm wearing my Team Canada jersey, which would be awesome. So hopefully AA down the road, does something like that and just makes it more simulated, more of a NHL experience for its fans and its community. So let's jump into game modes. Everything is pretty much back from last year. You've got HUT, you've got Be a Pro, single player versus, stuff like that. Always going to be in the game for sure. Some notable modes like HUT Rush I've been playing a lot of, which is really, really fun. I'm a huge HUT player, so Hockey Ultimate Team for new players to NHL. And it's just where you kind of build your team, put the best team on the ice. You're unlocking packs, you're doing progressions through making sure you're doing your objectives to get more coins and everything. So it's really cool. They haven't really overhauled HUT that much this year, aside from obviously the different card animations when they break. They're kind of the same as NHL 20, but the cards themselves have changed, and I'm not really a big fan of the way the cards have changed. But that's okay. The HUT still works well. It's smooth. Obviously, it's their bread and butter, like their other games like Madden and FIFA, always bring in the dollars. They've got their microtransactions, so obviously that's always going to be in their games because they're making money from it, and just the fun aspect of opening packs is really cool. But you don't really have to buy packs. You can just grind the game out. There's a lot of things you can do. Number one is squad battles. Just put a decent team on the ice, play it on pro or whatever difficulty, and just grind it out a little bit for the week. Get a whole bunch of packs, trade some cards in, build your team. You can do it. It's instead of buying packs, you don't have to buy packs. Just grind it out, play the computer, or play your buddies, whatever you want to do. So aside from HUT Rush, nothing has been improved into HUT itself with other game modes. They've got squad battles, HUT champions, and all that. But HUT Rush, definitely a lot of fun. They change it every week. The first week was a 3v3 mode, and you're basically getting skill points for everything that you do. So pass between the legs, or a shot, winning a face-off. All those things account for your XP. And at the end of the game, if you win, you get more XP, and then you're just ranking up and creating more rewards for yourself. So make sure you check out HUT Rush. A lot of fun. This week they've done a 5v5, which is so intense on the outdoor rink, which is really cool, and it's a lot of fun. And also with HUT Rush, they've added a first goal wins, which is just insane when you're playing people online, and so much fun. It's just check it out. Really enjoyed that mode. That's definitely the highlight for NHL 21 for me. So make sure you check that out. Let's jump into Be a Pro. That is their big overhaul for NHL 21. It's definitely, I'm not a big Be a Pro guy, but a lot of people, a lot of my friends are saying it's really good. I've touched into it, obviously, for this review, and it's just basically, giving you an experience that you get a chance to, live the life of an NHL player, basically on and off the ice. So just make sure that, you're ready. It's kind of a little bit of a story mode. It's a little bit of a grind, and as you progress through the game, and through the rankings where you get drafted and everything like that, you have to choose what you say, choose the things that you're doing that will actually, impress the front office, or it will boost morale with your teammates. So just make sure you're doing the right things. And eventually, as you progress through it, you'll pick up on the patterns of what you need to say to boost your player, boost morale, things like that. So it's a fun mode. It's pretty quick when you're playing through it. You eventually, like I said, you'll just pick it up and you'll start running through the right objectives that you need to do and everything like that. So really decent overhaul to Be a Pro. So hopefully down the road they expand on Be a Pro and do a full on story mode like they've done in the past with FIFA and Madden, which would be really cool to see. So kudos to NHL for actually overhauling Be a Pro for the fans, because fans have been asking for that. And of course GM Connected, which is not in this. They still kept franchise mode, which I'm not even going to talk about because it's just complete ass, and there's no point in even playing franchise mode. It's still choppy. It's just brutal, so don't even touch it. Hopefully one day they do come out with GM Connected for next gen, which would be really cool, and of course some more Be a Pro overhauls, which would be really awesome. Maybe some Be a Pro co-op, something like that, which would be really, really cool. And last but not least, I want to talk to you guys about World of Chell and ESHL. A lot of people play this mode, me included, with me and my buddies. Shout out to my boy Viper, Cheeks out there, my teammates. And I just want to say that I always enjoyed World of Chell. A lot of fun. Love the way they've added the rewards and the seasons now in ESHL and some of the other modes with World of Chell, which is really cool. So obviously you can grind it out, build your guy like they've done in the past. I wish they would have gone the way they were letting you create your player back in some of the older games like NHL 14, where you pick your power forward, but you get to choose your attributes. Other than that, it's easy to jump into World of Chell. So if you're looking just to create a player, jump right in. You can do solo, play with your buddies, and then you got to progress through it by winning a few games. I think you have to play 10 placement games to get your rank. So once you do that, you'll be able to have your rank, and you'll get some bags to unlock and everything like that, which is pretty cool. And I love the club finals that now you can do with ESHL. And so it'll be a lot of fun to play and just rank up with your teammates, rank up with your buddies, and build your team and just play a bunch online. And of course, they brought One's Eliminator back, and they've also got NHL 3s, which is still a blast to play online with your buddies, especially if you're playing against each other, or three you guys against three other players that are playing from around the world. A lot of fun. Overall, I'm I'm kind of impressed with NHL 21, but I'm not impressed with NHL 21, if that makes any sense. They definitely played it safe. So aside from Be a Pro, not much has really changed with NHL 21. Hut Rush is definitely the highlight for me. Always love just playing Hut, but now with Hut Rush, it makes a lot of fun. If you don't want to play a full game, just jump right into Hut Rush really quick. World of Chell is definitely fun for playing with your buddies, creating your teams. You can do dropping games, everything like that. So it's a lot of fun. The game is still fun if you're a big hockey fan. I know it's getting shit on quite a bit online. I still do, enjoy playing hockey. So obviously I'm going to pick up this game every year and play NHL. But I'm definitely looking forward to what they do with Next Generation. I'm hoping they listen to their fans and their community and just stay away from listening to those toxic influencers. I mean, there's a few good ones out there, but some of them are just brutal. So stay away from that EA. Build us a really solid game for NHL 22 with Next Generation. Bring back GM Connected. Do another overhaul to Be a Pro, and just give us that awesome simulation style NHL game we've always wanted for years now. And with that being said, thank you guys for listening to my review of NHL 21. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be bringing you guys more reviews down the road, especially leading into Next Generation, which is just around the corner. So thanks for tuning in, guys. James, aka J Rock the House, and this was another review for Next Level Gaming.